Good afternoon, TikTok watchers. My name is Charles Williams. Today we're going to do a quick study about the seventh-day Sabbath and the importance of it. The seventh-day Sabbath is a set-apart day of rest and worship commanded by Yahweh from the creation. According to Scripture, the Sabbath is the seventh day of the week, from Friday evenings till Saturday evenings. Let's look at some key scriptures in regards to the seventh-day Sabbath. First, it was blessed and it was sanctified, according to Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 and 3. And on the seventh day, Elohim ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which Elohim had made. And he did this rest on the seventh day, or the Sabbath day. So the seventh day, all the way back even in Genesis, was an important time. It was an important day. It was a day of rest from creation, from all the way back in creation. It's also the fourth commandment. Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 through 11. Remember the Sabbath day, and to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made the heaven and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them and rested on the 7th day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day, I'm quoting between the words Sabbath and seventh, Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Okay, so we see in this scripture here, this is one of the important 10 commandments. Even in here, it said that Yahweh rested on the 7th day. He gives man 6 days to work, and that's Sunday through Friday. Okay, but he also, he makes it very clear in the scripture that we're not to work on the 7th day. And it goes into quite a bit of detail here when it says, thy sons, nor thy daughters, nor thy manservants, nor thy maidservant. It even said, nor thy cattle is supposed to work. Not even the stranger that's within thy gates is supposed to work on that 7th day, the Sabbath day. This is showing very much so the importance of the Sabbath day. It says, in the end there, it says, for Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it, or made it holy, or set apart. The word holy means set apart. It's a sign between Yahweh and his people. Exodus chapter 3, verses 16 and 17. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath day to observe the Sabbath day throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. That is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and the earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed. So we see again how Yahweh rested on the 7th day. And he wants us to make the 7th day a rest day for us. I don't know about anybody out there in TikTok land, but I myself, I need that 7th day of rest. It feels good to be able to just take one day of rest, just to relax all day and just enjoy the presence of Yahweh and enjoy the presence of his people. Okay, and the next one is Messiah himself kept the Sabbath. Luke chapter 4, verse 16. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up to read. So we even say see that Messiah himself, it was custom for him to go in on the Sabbath day into the synagogue and to read. So he's also showing the importance of the seventh day. Okay? How about the apostles? The apostles even kept the Sabbath day. Acts chapter 13, verses 42 through 44. And when the Jews were gone out of the synagogue, the Gentiles besought that these words might be preached to them the next Sabbath. Now when the congregation was broke up, many of the Jews and religious proselytes followed Paul and Barnabas, who speaking to them, persuaded them to continue in the favor of Yahweh. And the next Sabbath day came almost the whole city together to hear the word of Yahweh. So they besought Paul and Barnabas to come again and speak on the next Sabbath day, and that day of rest. It's a day, the Sabbath day is a day to gather together with other believers, like-minded believers, and enjoy the presence of Yahweh in song and teaching and preaching. And it's a day just to rest, not to have to think about work at all. Scriptures never say that Yahweh changed the Sabbath at all. Exodus chapter 31, verse 16. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. That is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For 6 days Yahweh made the heaven and the earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. So we see here that it's a perpetual covenant with his children. It's a never-ending covenant, the Sabbath day. And it was never changed, never done away with at all. It's always been and always will be. And finally, it's a day of rest, worship, fellowship, and delight in Yahweh. Isaiah chapter 58, verses 13 and 14. For if thou turn thy foot, for if thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, and call the Sabbath a delight, a holy day of Yahweh, honorable, then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahweh. If we call the seventh day a delight, a seventh day honorable, we're going to delight in Yahweh's presence on the seventh day. That's the end of this teaching today. We thank you very much for watching.